AI has completely changed lead generation. And in this video, I'll be showing you guys how to use Grok to do all your lead gen for you in any niche, completely for free. First, I'll be showing you guys how to build a super clean lead list using Grok 3, which is our newest AI model. And then I'll show you exactly how to reach out those leads with automation and personalization in each single message. I've used this exact method to generate leads for myself and my clients on autopilot. Be sure to stick into the end because I'll be giving you guys bonus materials that you'll definitely find value from. Now, you might be asking yourselves, what's the point of Grok when we have like ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude in the market? Well, one of the coolest things about Grok is the fact that it writes responses in a very casual way, but it's also very tightly integrated with X. And the reason that's important is because we can virtually use Grok to get any sort of information we want straight from X by doing deep research, something which a lot of the other AI models can't do. And because X requires a login to actually access the platform and do web searching. So what I actually wanted to do now is just find leads straight from X that I can use to do outreach for. So I actually just created this prompt earlier, but pasting it in, essentially saying, find me all the X profiles that have Web3 engineer topic listed. Be sure to only give me a list of profiles that are managed by a single user and not a company profile. So I'm gonna press enter and we're gonna see what it comes up with. Awesome, guys. So Grok came back with a bunch of different leads that we can use in this scenario, but I just asked it to put into a CSV file. And we can see here, it went through all the research and it gathered up a bunch of different X URLs with their corresponding name and then a brief description of what that person does. And you can see they're all talking about Web3 in their bios, which is really good because that's who we want to target. And now I just, because of the fact that we got their CSV, I'm going to copy paste this into Google Sheets. And I also asked it again because it didn't get the entire list. So I got the entire list. And now we're going to upload that as well. Awesome. Just gonna delete this so you don't need it. Perfect. So now that we have a CSV file, we're gonna save this and we're gonna upload this into a tool called Clay. And if you guys don't know what Clay is, essentially it's a platform that consolidates all your data into one place, allowing you to enrich your leads, find contact information, and then use even AI to personalize email copies. So I already did this. I did save this as a CSV file, but I uploaded this into a blank table, which is a Clay table. And the first thing you'll notice is right away, we have, just like their X URL as well as like the name. What we want to do is we want to separate these two. And the reason we want to separate it is because we only want to enrich and we want to do further, data gathering with regards to their URL. So what I mean by this is we're actually going to go click on function. And formula. So we're going to want to separate this. So separate anything that comes after comma in. Perfect. So once we generate that formula, you guys will notice that it's gonna give an output of these two places like separated. So what it's gonna look like is this. Cool. So we have their X URLs separated, which is awesome. So we're gonna put output is correct and save formula. Got it. So now that we have the rest of their X accounts, what we're actually going to do now is find information about them using a tool called influencers.club because we want to find more information about them. And if we're going to be reaching out to them, we want to be as relevant as possible based on what they have on their Twitter accounts, like posts, who they follow, all that good stuff. So what we're going to do is go to add enrichment and type in influencers details, and what we're going to use as our social platform is x.com, and we're going to be using their URL that we just found in the handle. So as you can see up here, It's going to give information with regards to a social profile, like exact data on followers, content, topics, partnerships, and contact details. And contact details even being their email address. So we're going to save this and run it. Perfect, guys. So what we have now is all these different X URLs that we got. They're fully enriched. So let's just, for example, pull up one of these just to see like kind of what information it gathered. So what we can see here is like we got average reply rate on their Twitter accounts, or X accounts, I should say. You know, the amount of followers they have, even their profile picture, their bio, you know, average views. So this is really good stuff. If you guys want to like personalize this, even like their entire bio we pulled in. So this is really good stuff. But now, one thing I did notice was like it actually didn't pull in their email address. So which is really important because, you know, if we're going to be sending these you know, these messages out, we want to actually have a verified email address. So what we're actually going to do again is use the same tool, influencers.club, and we want to find their personal email. So what we're going to do is click on personal email, and then the social platform again we're referencing is X, and which in this case we need their profile URL. We're going to use the same URL that we originally had, and then we're going to click and run this as well. So guys, we found a ton of information just right off the bat. So we can see, you know, we found their email address just from this simple prompt that we did. And it did find a fair good amount of them. Obviously, there's some that we couldn't find emails for. I wouldn't be showing you guys the emails that were found just for privacy reasons. But obviously, if you guys have more leads to work with, you'll definitely find more emails. But now what we have is a really good you know, X profile that's enriched. So we know a ton of information about them. We know who they are. We know where they work. You know, the follower counts they have. And we have their emails, right? Pretty simple to do. So now what I actually want to do is craft an email copy directly in Clay. And you definitely don't need to export this out of Clay into a CSV file and then put it back into Grok, because we can actually write up an email right in Clay. So what I'm going to do is go back to add enrichment, use AI, and actually generate an email copy using Claude. And if you guys don't know what Claude is, essentially it's a tool that similar to Grok, but you can actually write really good email copies with it. So what I'm going to do here is select on, let's go back here, use AI. Perfect. And we're going to do Claude Haiku. So we're going to ask it to write me a cold email to, and then we're going to put to basically everything that we just found about each specific person. So insert all 8 properties, talking about how they could use a solution like ours for lead generation. Cool. So we're going to save this, and we're going to run it on the rows that we actually have information on, and the email. So we're going to run that, and then let's just see kind of what Claude comes back with. Let's run it for this one as well. Perfect. So super cool email that was generated. You guys could obviously pause the video and see it, but it's talking about how, you know, their company could definitely use our lead generation services, and it lists out the reasons. Obviously, you guys can like kind of play around with this and make this a little bit more, you know, readable, and, you know, less wordy. But, you know, pretty good. Just, you know, what we did in a few minutes. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and obviously you can add this email, add the email copy into your favorite email sending tool like Smartlead or Instantly, and then send off these campaigns. So hopefully you guys found value from this. And the bonus materials I promise you, feel free to sign up in my description for my newsletter, which I'll be dropping this exact Clay template, so you guys can literally just plug and play for yourselves, as well as a bunch of new cold email templates that you guys can leverage if you just want to get some quick ideas. And if you're definitely looking for more, you know, Clay content, be sure to check out some videos. I'll be listing, you know, in the top right-hand corner possibly. And let me know if you have any questions. If you guys want to do this for your business, let me know. Happy to talk and see if there's a good fit. So thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Bye-bye.